Are you feeling impatient for something that will actually improve your drawing results? Perhaps you watch a lot of videos and practice a lot of techniques, but while you feel you understand them and you do whatever exercises are required, somehow they don't connect with the drawings that you do. If this is the case, it's often because what we're actually studying, particularly if we're choosing a video here, a video there, is not actually lining up with what we need to learn at that point in our drawing progress. But there is one incredibly simple, easy, and accessible way to get around this problem, to make sure, in fact, that we're always addressing the drawing issue that we need to address right at that point. And it works so well that it, well, almost guarantees that our next drawing will be an improvement on the last drawing. The first thing I suggest is to grab a handful of recent drawings and find one that you weren't happy with. This is an easy choice. This one. I drew this on location in some local bushland. Now, I've done many drawings of bush scenes and I've been developing a technique of marks I can use and ways I can build up effect to do that. But this has always been using a photo. So it was quite different for me to sit in the bush and to start drawing. And this was the drawing I did. And when I got home and was looking at it, while there were lots of things about it that I quite liked, overall I felt that the actual scene got lost in the marks. So this is a great drawing to explain and demonstrate a really simple way to improve our drawings. Because once I found a drawing that I was unhappy with for some reason, and it doesn't have to mean the whole drawing was terrible. In fact, it's better if it is just one or two things, and to ask ourselves, what is it exactly that disappointed me? And for me, it was the sense that I got tangled up in my marks and lost the sense of depth, which was necessary to actually understand visually what was happening in 3 dimensions. And I was a bit disappointed because I thought being on location for once, drawing a scene such as this, I would have a stronger sense of 3-dimensional space. So that's the first thing, is to work out what am I not happy with, and preferably just 1 or 2 things. Second step is then to work out, okay, if I were back in this location, drawing this again with what I know now, what would I change? What would I do differently? And this is really a step not to try and rush through, because the more I can understand what didn't work, the more I'm setting myself up to actually improve. In this case, when I had a look at the drawing, I thought, well, I've put too much in too quickly that all looks the same. I haven't made enough distinction between things that are closer and things that are further away. This actually is a print of my drawing because I want to show you 2 drawings side by side, but I will show you the actual drawings at the end that are still in the sketchbook that I did them in. Having worked out what I'm not happy with and what I would change, I now try to visualize, if this drawing was one that I was happier with, how would those things that I've changed look? And in this one, for me, it's a stronger sense of heavier and lighter lines. It's greater variety of marks between closer, mid, and further away. But it's also more white areas too. More gaps to let the eye just take in what it's seen. I think of it as breathing space, visual breathing space when we show more white paper. And the final thing is to have greater variety of mark direction. Now here I do have a few little horizontal marks on a few of these trees, but basically all of the hatching has a strong vertical emphasis. So perhaps I can make that less obvious. So I'm now armed in my mind with how I might do this differently. And at this point, we have now 2 options in our improvement. We can try and do the same drawing again, but in some ways, I think we're going to be more creative and have greater setup for improvement if we, instead of drawing exactly the same scene again, we draw a similar scene. Because if I do the same scene again, I'm likely to be trying to, at least at the start, just copy the marks I've drawn already, rather than trying to create a drawing afresh from the scene. So I went out on location the next day to a different place and did a different drawing, putting all this into practice. And this was my second drawing. Pretty similar. It's got trees, trunks, branches, leaves, there's grass, there's stuff on the ground, and there's a tangle of undergrowth going back, and there is basically trees in the background, almost the whole scope of the drawing. But I tried to show more restraint at the start with the ink I put on the paper. I did all the things that I didn't do in the drawing I'd done the day before. Lots of horizontal lines to contrast with the vertical lines and help us to see things differently. A lot more variation in the thickness of my lines. Now for this, I didn't just use the one pen as I did the day before. I used a 0.3mm pen for much of these closest elements, and then I used a 0.1mm pen for all these further back points. Another thing I did that was different to here was I positioned the major elements carefully, because there's a lot of overlap, a lot of having to be careful that I left space for branches to go behind or in front of other branches, which I do by always making sure I draw the front branches first, even if they're quite minor, going in front of major elements, positioning these major subjects and working them to a reasonably finished state, at least enough so that I could then, when I started to put the background and foreground in, when I started to draw the tangle of detail, I had a sense of the values and the shapes and the edges of my main subjects, and I was able to manipulate how I drew these to make the main things stay the main things, but also in terms of a sense of depth, have a sense of closer and furthest away. And for me, I felt this was a more successful drawing than this, as the second location drawing in the bush I've done in many, many, many years. But I was able to, I think, improve to a noticeable degree, at least to me, by having a good look and working out what I wasn't happy with, what I wished I'd done differently, and then giving myself the opportunity as soon as possible to do a similar thing differently. Improving in our drawing is really a case of building on what we've learned. And until we have a good look at our drawing and in effect mark it, critique it, work out where could it be improved, we're not going to have the clear focus that will lead me on to drawing by drawing improvement. And if I find that I can't somehow untangle the tangle with that as my absolute focus, then I know that's what I need to find some resources on. That's what I need to try and find a video on, or a course on, or a chapter in a drawing book on. But I get the direction that I actually need to improve where my drawing is at right now. Let me show you the original drawings. I'll just take these away from the back. So this is the first one, the one that I felt was just too tangled. There's a little more darkness in this, but I think generally for being darker doesn't make it any clearer. And then today's drawing was this one. And again, I think this one actually reads better in life than in a print. G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. This is such a simple thing to do. Giving time to work out what disappoints me, what doesn't work as well as I would have liked it to in this drawing, and then set myself up to have an opportunity to immediately put that focus now of how I can improve into practice. So if this is not part of your normal drawing process, why not give it a go? But hey, in the end, whatever you draw, however you draw it, however it turns out, and however you do or don't improve, make sure you have fun. But I always have more fun if I think I'm improving. I'll see you next time. Bye.